Republican House member Scott Perry seems to have lost his cell phone to the FBI. How did that happen? Good question. Here is Scott Perry. Scott, thanks for coming on. Scott, did they give you back your cell phone?
Well, eventually they did, Larry. Thanks for having me come on. But I would say when it comes to the DOJ, if it weren't for injustice, there'd be no justice at all. So apparently they imaged my cell phone, but they haven't searched it. At least that's what they've told me, if you can believe that.
Did you give them the password, or do they have to de-encrypt it themselves?
Well, they took the phone and they asked for the password, and I said, well, you have the phone, you have everything else. And they said, look, if you don't give it to us, it'll just take longer. So I went ahead and gave it to them because the only person that's going to get punished by not giving to them is me.
Okay. I mean, do you have any idea why they did this? I mean, they had a warrant. I don't know. Yeah. I am assuming you haven't seen the warrant, or maybe you did see the warrant.
No, I requested it. They walked up to me and requested my phone. And, of course, I said, well, I'm not giving you anything until you show me some paperwork. And, of course, no, I don't have any idea, because in talking to my attorneys, which, by the way, the FBI didn't bother to do, but when I talked to them shortly after this event, they talked to the Department of Justice. And the Department of Justice told my attorneys that I'm not the target of an investigation. So get that straight. They took the phone, the personal cell phone of a legislator. This is the executive branch took it, and I'm not the target of an investigation. So, and allegedly they just imaged the phone. They're not actually looking at anything on the phone.
Well, I know lots of people have interviewed or talked to you about this episode, but there's just a couple of... So you have no idea. You're not the target of an investigation. Does that include the January 6th Commission?
Well, I know the January 6th Commission, with they have used my name in vain many occasions and promoted a bunch of falsehoods about me, but I really don't know what this includes. They actually won't tell me. They won't really tell me anything about anything.
I mean, the reason I'm asking you, Scott, is it just seems coincidental that, was it the same day as the Mar-a-Lago break-in?
It was the next day. It was the next morning.
All right, the next morning. So they break into Mar-a-Lago, and for what crazy reasons, espionage, that's been leaked. We don't know with certainty yet. The warrant was just released, but blah, blah, blah. Politico is reporting espionage. Okay, so I'm just thinking, here you come the next day. Why do they go after you the next day? I mean, that's just kind of begs credulity that it's a coincidence. So I think it's part of the fishing expedition. I mean, I think there's a January 6th Commission fishing expedition. They're pulling out any and all stops, all people who are remotely concerned with this. They basically want to keep Trump off the ballot. And this whole thing is, part and parcel of their weaponizing law enforcement. That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, otherwise, do you have a long record, an arm long, various robberies and DUIs and horrible things, multiple prison terms, that kind of thing? I mean, why else would they go after you?
Well, I do think that they are looking for something. They won't tell me or allegedly anybody else what it's about. So we really don't know, but we do know this, that there is an unequal application of the law. You look at what James Comey did, who was the director of the FBI, who actually sent classified information in breach of all the requirements just to get the special counsel. And, of course, the same FBI that approved FISA warrants that turned into the Trump-Russia collusion, thing that they ran the country through for about 3.5 or 4 years. I mean, the list goes on and on. I know you were talking to John about the Hillary Clinton saga and BleachBit and, destroying her cell phones with hammers and her personal server with classified information that was accessed by a foreign government. Yet, for me, I'm not a target of the investigation. I'm in the legislature, so that everything on that phone, in my opinion, because it has conversations with other legislators about legislation, conversations with my constituents about their personal constituent inquiries, is protected speech under the speech and debate clause, which separates the branches of power. You cannot have the executive branch intimidating the legislative branch to vote one way or another, and it's essentially exactly what they're doing, or what they're attempting to do right now.
And, Scott, going after you this way, who's next? I mean, they go after any
right.
citizen,
Well,
anybody else. I mean, there is no rule of law here. That's what's going on.
There isn't, and as you already highlighted, we're about ready to vote on a bill that would afford about 87,000 new IRS agents. And so every single citizen that's just out there working hard trying to pay their taxes and pay their bills is now going to be under the additional scrutiny of a bunch of IRS agents. No more resources for school safety, but 87,000 more IRS agents. That's just that's what we're looking forward to, and this is just an indicator of where this Department of Justice and this administration is headed. And
Scott, on the online job search, they want them to be armed. Right. Armed and ready for, I don't know what the description was, but, you know, difficult conflict. I mean, what does that tell you? So they're going to these are not like mild-mannered Clark Kent type tax accountants. These are armed IRS. I don't know what they are, mercenaries. They're like Hessians or something in the Revolutionary War. I mean, this is part of this intimidation of ordinary folks. And, you know, you're a House member, but you're an ordinary folk. I mean, whatever. Right. Donald Trump's a former president, and they treated him like dirt.
Yeah, so what do they think? What do you think you're going to do to every citizen? Like you said, armed IRS agents coming after people that are just hard work, and meanwhile, not one dime for school protection, even after they railed about it and passed another unconstitutional, horrible bill just a month ago. So you can see where their priorities are, Larry. They're with intimidating and coercing hardworking Americans that are just trying to survive under 10% inflation.
It's time for a change, Scott. The cavalry's coming. It's time for a change. Scott Perry, thank you very much. We appreciate it, buddy.